guys, today I'm going to film for you a high-end tutorial. It's more kind of the products in action because obviously I'm not a makeup artist, I don't have any specific skills in this area. I'm just going to kind of apply the makeup to my face and show you what it looks like. So it's not specifically a tutorial, but it's kind of a, I suppose it's a get ready with me, whatever. But it's all high-end products, which is very unusual for me, but I am going to do kind of a high-end week and talk about kind of higher end products and how they compare to lower end products, etc. So I'm going to kick it off with a tutorial with only high end products. I'm sorry about the noise because someone next door has decided to start hammering something as soon as I started filming. And it is super duper warm where I am. So I'm going to put my hair up first and foremost because it is crazy warm, and get started. I have got a couple of things here that I've never tried before. I have my NARS palettes from IMATS. I have this Stay Flawless 15-hour primer from Benefit, which I tried the day after IMATS and I didn't like it at all. So I want to give it another go, but I am anticipating that I'm going to have to take my makeup off and start again. And basically when I tried it before, it turned into kind of like a glue on my face and it just didn't work at all with my MUA Undress Your Skin foundation. So I'm going to try it with my NARS Sheer Glow, because I love this stuff, but it doesn't last very long. So if the two of them together work, that's a pretty amazing thing. So I'm going to try those two. The rest of it I think will probably be okay, but kind of just a pre-warning, if you see me kind of put it on and then take it off again, that's why, because I'm just not sure how that's going to work. But I do want to test it out, and obviously if I'm testing it out and it doesn't work, then I want to tell you guys about it. So let's just get into it. So that is the finished makeup look, and I just thought I would go through the products and tell you what I thought of them as I was applying them. Some of these things that I've had for a while, and some of them are new to me. Like I said, some of them I'd never used before. I really need to get in a different position because I'm sitting on my feet right now and they're going to sleep. So just a second. Ah, that's so much better. Before I was sitting like this cross-legged and my back was starting to ache, so then I had to kneel. It's a bad time sitting on the floor filming videos. So I'll just go through them kind of in order. The first thing is the Stay Flawless 15-hour primer from Benefit. Now the first time that I used this, I actually just kind of put it on. I didn't read the instructions and I just kind of thought I'll put it on and then I put my foundation on. And I didn't rub it into my face. So I'm assuming that I applied it too thickly. And then when I tried to put my foundation on top of it, it was really strange. I also applied it with my fingers, so I don't know if that made a difference, if it's like heat of my hands or something, but I don't usually apply my foundation with a brush, so I'm very interested to see how well my makeup lasts because I used my NARS, which doesn't last very long, and I used a brush, and I blended the primer in first, etc, etc. So I'm interested to see what happens with that, and I will report back if it is a good product, but I definitely prefer it using it the way that I just used it rather than the first time. So if you do try this, definitely blend it in. I know that seems like a really stupid thing now I'm thinking about it, that I didn't rub it in, but because of the applicator, I just kind of thought you would put it on your face and then it would be done. But no, I think you definitely need to rub it in after you've applied it, and then quickly put on your foundation, maybe with a brush rather than your fingers. I don't know. So yeah, I didn't think I was gonna like this, but this was okay. The NARS Sheer Glow I absolutely love. I didn't put very much of it on, partly because I didn't want to have to wipe it off again, and I thought I was gonna have an issue with the whole gloopy thing, but I think I probably would have been safe with more if I'd wanted it. But I love this foundation so much, it doesn't last, and for the money, you can definitely get more, things with more longevity is what I'm trying to say. And the Nearly Naked from Revlon is very, very similar to this. I absolutely love that as well. I just, you know, I have a soft spot for the NARS Sheer Glow. It's my my favourite foundation, I suppose. What did I use next? The MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Light. This is okay, but if you're oily, stay away from it. I used it for this video because it's the only high-end powder that I have. And I basically keep it now just for if I wanted to make a video like this, or if I wanted to compare it with something that was drugstore. I never use it really, because it doesn't keep you matte at all. It's not supposed to. It's supposed to kind of add dimension to your foundation, I suppose. It's supposed to keep it a bit light and almost a bit glowy. So not ideal if you are oily like me, but I used it for the purpose of this video. What else? Brushes. I'm gonna just kind of go along and talk about the brushes as I go along as well. This jumbo chisel powder they're from Crown, these ones with the black handles. I really love the shape of this. When I was doing my bronzer, I really liked it. But it sheds so much. You could see throughout the video, I kept getting hairs on my face. That's really irritating. And I can't imagine how annoying that would be if you were a professional. And that was happening to kind of a client as you were applying their makeup. So that was annoying. I'm hoping that's something that is kind of a teething problem, because I've never used the brush before. But I love the shape of it. The kind of like narrow, and yet it's really, really thick. Bigger than any other brush that I've got, and it's multi-purpose. I could use it for my powder, and then as you see, I could use it for my bronzer. Potentially to contour, because of this that's kind of how I used it, and I could use it for my blush if I wanted to as well. Really, really like this. I also really like this tapered duo fiber brush. This is amazing. This is what I've been looking for so long. It's something that will lightly apply your blush, because I'm really heavy-handed, and this was a really, really good one. So although the blush that I used was Orgasm by NARS, and that's not particularly pigmented, it does have a lot of shimmer, and I didn't want to kind of overdo it. So this is amazing, and this is going to be a firm favourite, I can just tell. This I used under my eyes to powder. I have several brushes that I use for that purpose. It doesn't seem to do anything special, so I'm going to see if I can find another use for this, because it's not like a standout, but it did the job. And another one of the Crown brushes I used was for the eyes, and that's the Oval Shadow. And I used that to pack on the first initial layer of eyeshadow, and I liked that one as well. I think, again, because it's so narrow, because it's kind of tapered. Not tapered, what do I mean? It's narrow that way, but obviously it's very wide. I think I could probably contour on my eyes with this one as well. So they're the Crown brushes, and I'll continue with the makeup. The Fake Up Concealer by Benefit. I've used this a couple of times, and I really like how hydrating it is under my eyes. It really does. It has that kind of layer of whatever it is around the concealer itself, which does, it really feels like it helps. And I'm not great at applying eye cream in the morning, and I feel like that kind of helps me when I skip that step. However, I'm not entirely sure how creaseless it is, and it's not the most high coverage. So if you've got very dark circles, this is not going to be for you. This is maybe like the first layer of your concealer. But I do think it's a very nice product, especially because it does feel so hydrating. So maybe this is kind of almost a colour corrector. I can manage with this at the moment, but when my dark circles are worse, I definitely would be reaching for something with more high coverage. Another thing that I'm absolutely loving is the Smashbox Brow Tech To Go. This is this. It's got a pencil. The colour that I have is taupe. It's this really strange, I've never seen a pencil like this. It's like an angled brush but in a pencil form. And it's a lot drier than most that I've tried. It's not waxy, it doesn't feel creamy, it's just dry. And so I don't feel like I'm using too much of it. I don't feel like it's like, some of the formulas are so strange. I've tried so many brow pencils. I love the brow pencil by Rimmel, but the shades are just way out for me. I've tried so many. The Maybelline, the shade is really good, but it's so waxy, and so it doesn't really give me a lot of, it's not a lot of pigment, it's kind of almost sheer. And so because my brows are quite sparse, as hopefully you saw in the video, I wanted to kind of show that when I'm talking about brow products, people are saying, oh, use this, use that. Brow powder I love, but it takes longer, it's not ideal for travel, and you need kind of more things for it. I want something that's in one, and I need something that's going to give me that definition where I don't have it. Where I don't have the hairs on my eyebrows, I need to fill them in, and brow powder for the most part doesn't do that for me. It does when I've got dark eyebrows, because obviously it kind of fills everything in and you can't see anything, but with blonde I feel like I need to actually add in, and this is absolutely perfect. And then it's got a brow gel on the end, which I don't think that I would go out of my way to use if it was not there, but because it's included, I'm going to try and use it all the time. Brow gel really is for more people with thicker eyebrows that need to be tamed, whereas I don't have much in the eyebrow department to begin with. Okay, moving on. Oh, I used the, getting away from me, the Urban Decay Shadow Primer Potion. I love this, it's really good. The one that I have is the matte one here. I have lots of different versions, but the e.l.f. primer is pretty fantastic as well. If you're looking for a budget one, the e.l.f. primer is the best one that I've ever used. And I use that now rather than my Urban Decay. I used it again. I used all high-end products specifically for this video, not because they're better than the ones that I use. Bear in mind that I have a lot of these products anyway, and I don't use them. It's not because of the videos that I make. It's not like I use budget products in my videos and then kind of go to my high-end stuff in my own makeup stuff. I only use pretty much budget products anyway, so if I'm telling you that something is better than something else, it really is, and that's what I use. The NARS palette is amazing. I'm so pleased with this. This is one of the ones that I got. It was 60% off at IMATS. Amazing, amazing value. So I got this for £12.50, bear that in mind. This would have been like £45 probably if I bought it full price. The shadows I absolutely love, but it's a bit of an odd combination. I really like the look that I've got from them. But these three are all pretty neutral and not super dark. And then this one is practically black, and then it's got the shimmer running through it, which I knew was going to give me a lot of fallout, so I was prepared for that. But I thought that maybe this one would be a bit deeper to kind of contour, and then this more, because I wouldn't contour with this deep colour. I was surprised how light these ones were. This is amazing. It has this iridescent finish to it. This one I didn't use, but I did swatch it as I was going, and it's kind of almost bronzy. They've just got this extra dimension to all of them. It's not just kind of a basic colour. They've just got a little extra something special. I love them. And these are actually the first NARS eyeshadows that I've tried. The bronzer I really liked. I went in straight with it, and I just thought as I was applying it, oh my god, I don't know how heavy this is. But thinking about it, I suppose in a palette they need to make sure that it's a bit more like friendly for many people. So I think that's probably why they chose one that wasn't too deep. I don't know much about NARS bronzers. This is called what was it called again? Ninochka, which somebody told me is a Greta Garbo film. Thank you for telling me that. I didn't know. She said, I bet loads of people have told you that. They didn't. You were the only person. So apparently that is named after a film. And then Orgasm Blush, which is this one. And this has got this amazing gold sheen. I know that you guys will have heard about this one before because it's like a big blogger favourite. I had the Orgasm cream, the multiple, and I've also got the multiple now in a little palette that I got from IMATS as well, but I sold it because it was too glittery, whereas the powder is not quite the same at all. It's not chunky glitter. I feel like it's just a nice sheen. I actually have here Albatross, which is the NARS highlight, and I was going to put that on as well, but I feel like this kind of does double duty, so I don't think that I needed a highlight and the Orgasm Blush, so that was kind of a nice thing as well, because you didn't need two products. The lip products I didn't use, and I don't know how much I would. This is a lip conditioner, so I'd probably use this. But this is absolutely going to be my travel palette. I cannot get enough of this, and the fact that I paid £12.50 is amazing, but I think that I would be okay if I'd paid £45 because I feel like it's so compact, and I love everything in it. And I would have been happy to pay that for even if the lip stuff wasn't there anyway. These are the things that I was going to use that I didn't. This is Sin, and this is Albatross. Albatross, again, a beautiful kind of golden highlight, but I don't think that I needed that on top of the Orgasm Blush, so I didn't use it. Other brushes that I used, what else did I use? This is a good question. I don't think I used this in the end. I used this one to kind of add in the darker colour in the outer half of my eyelid and in the crease a little bit. And this is the, doesn't say anymore, shading brush from Real Techniques. And I used the base shadow brush to blend it out a little bit. To go kind of around my eyes, because I didn't use an eyeliner because I don't have a high-end eyeliner to hand. I know I have Zero by Urban Decay somewhere, but I just can't put my fingers on it, so I didn't want to use one at all. And this is the accent brush by Real Techniques, and so I used that to just go on the outer corners with that very, very deep, dark, kind of black and red or plum shade from the NARS palette. Oh, another thing that I forgot to mention, the Urban Decay 24/7 concealer pencil. I don't know whether you can still get this, but I absolutely loved it. It looks absolutely battered, and the reason for this is because I could never get the lid off. It's fine now, but it used to be an absolute nightmare, so these are my teeth marks. Don't tell anyone. That's pretty horrendous, but I got this when I worked for them. I actually didn't get a discount at all, because you didn't get a discount on their product. It was a nightmare. But I just got like regular staff discount in Debenhams. But I absolutely loved this for a really long time, and when I was digging out my high-end stuff I thought I forgot all about this, so really, really like this. And I probably would purchase it again. It doesn't last very long because it's a pencil and quite creamy. So what I would probably try to do is get the product out of it and depot it, because I think that you would get more out of it that way, but I don't know. What is this? Oh my god, what is this? I feel like I've just like uncovered something. Anyway, off the beaten track. And really like that, really long lasting, and if you've got a lot of kind of blemishes and things, I think this is really great, but it's not good for you under your eyes because it's very thick and it will crease. Mascara that I used was the They're Real by Benefit. I used this again because it's one of my high-end mascaras, one of the only ones that I've got, but it's not my favourite. I like the effect that it gives, but it's such a pain to take off at the end of the day, and it's just not worth it for me. It's not an amazing enough effect for me to be scrubbing at my eyes at the end of the day. I will use it because I have it, but I definitely don't go to it first. One of my favourites at the moment is the e.l.f. 3-in-1 mascara. I love that, and I love all of the Million Lash mascaras by L'Oreal. Love those. But yeah, I used this one, and you may have seen during the video, it was splattering. That's pretty terrible for a mascara. I mean, I know you can get flaking throughout the day, but as I was applying it, it was splattering down under my eyes. That's pretty bad. Just a tip, if that ever does happen to you, if ever you kind of get marks on your eyes, just wait. Don't get rid of them straight away. Wait a couple of minutes, and then you can kind of just peel them off and kind of brush them away most of the time. If you try and get rid of them while they're wet, they will smear and then they're stuck there. You have to kind of reapply things. But if you wait till they dry, it's much easier to get rid of them. So it wasn't the end of the world. I knew what was going to happen, but I wasn't impressed with that. The splattering issue, I know I didn't have that before, but I thought it was worth mentioning. Oh my god, my videos are so long recently, I'm really sorry. One last thing to mention is the YSL Glossy Stain that I'm having on my lips right now. Love this. It's number 13. It's kind of a nice pink colour, and I really, really love it. I'm going to be doing a comparison with this and the L'Oreal one very, very soon, but I do think that I prefer this one, and it's absolutely worth the money. I wouldn't buy another one because I don't need another one. I think it's £22-ish. That's pretty expensive. For me, I'm like, oh, it's so expensive, but you do really get what you pay for, and this is better. I don't know what the other one includes that makes it not quite as good, but it is better. So I will do a proper comparison and a day test. My plan is to kind of apply half of it to one side of my mouth and half of it to the other. In fact, if I can get this off, I might do that after this video. Because I really want to film that for you, and that's not so easy if I'm leaving the house to do it that way. A bit strange to have half and half, but yeah, that's everything that I used. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I just wanted to make it more kind of application / rundown rather than a tutorial, because like I say, I'm not a makeup artist. It's not really what I do. I do more videos about what I have found when using products, more kind of reviews and stuff like that. So yeah, hope this was informative for you, and kind of be aware I am going to be doing a big, I'm calling it Splurge Week, here on my YouTube channel and on my blog. I think on my YouTube channel it may kind of roll a little bit into next week as well, because I only make 3 videos a week, unless I manage to make a few more for you. We'll see. It might be a bonus week like last week as well. And if you haven't already, do go and check out last week's videos, because it was giveaway week, and I made 7 whole videos, 7 giveaways. Some of them were multiple winners. It is UK only, I'm afraid, so apologies, but I will try and make that up to you for those of you that are international. But yeah, lots and lots and lots of things to win over there, so check out those previous videos, and I'll link them all below for you. But otherwise, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!